Hi, everybody. Okay, so Bold was interesting. Woo. Okay, so sadly, I missed the most important part of yesterday because I told you that the ending was chopped off because in my area there was breaking news, so I never got the end right. Well, I missed a key point in that because, okay, so I'm going to go back from my memory and then fill in what I missed, right? Okay, so Sheila and Luna are playing with the weapon, and Sheila gets hurt, right? But I kind of knew it was just an injury and not anything like threatening. So I knew that. Okay. What I didn't see was Luna still had the gun, and she was threatening Steffi's life again, or still. And unbeknownst to me, somebody stepped in to save Steffi, which I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know who the person was, although I should have already guessed it. But it was Liam. Okay, so let's talk about trajectory for a second here. They either love or hate Scott Clifton, and I'm not sure which one. Because in the last couple of months, we have gone from this poor man has a inoperable terminal brain tumor and he's going to pass away, right? I got it all ready. I got tons of tissues, and then it was like kaput. Nothing happened. And then I noticed that he was taking medication. And I said, why is he taking medication if the thing is inoperable? What is the medication doing? Apparently, the medication is part of a treatment program or whatever that can prolong your life. But the thing is, you have to do other things along with the pills, right? Okay. So I'm like, okay. And then just yesterday, they put him in the line of fire with Luna, this crazy chick who is bent on hurting as many people as possible and or getting revenge. Only her kind of revenge is like almost fatal because every time she says she's gonna get revenge on somebody, people either end up unalived completely or seriously wounded and on the edge of you're not really sure if you're gonna make it or not. Okay, cut to today. Remember when I told you that they had the scene where it was like they were busting the doors with the gurney and all people were like on deck and they're like, okay, we gotta do this and do that and do whatever. Okay? Saw the scene today because they have Liam in one room, operating room, and Luna in another. And what's ironic about it is that Lee, who doesn't like Luna because she's her aunt, remember that? Okay. And she went on about how dare Poppy raise her the way she did, and she didn't really raise her correctly, and I can't believe that she does that to people, yada yada, right? Okay. And then Finn, I believe, is operating on Liam. So the question becomes, obviously, okay, are they gonna save Luna or Liam? And here's the pitfalls for both of them because I've already thought about it. Luna is gonna, Lisa Yamada is gonna leave to do a thing, a movie or something, right? But Liam, Scott Clifton, is almost out the door. By his storyline, I figured he was already out the door and they were giving him a proper send off. And also, you have to remember that supposedly the tumor is inoperable. So even if they're in there trying to save his life, then if the tumor is inoperable, there's nothing they can do. Okay? So why would you save a man who's gonna die anyway per your storyline? It makes no sense. But then again, the juxtaposition of that is that Scott Clifton and the character are very much beloved by many, many people. I am one of them, but I know he's got a ton of fans who don't want him to go and all this stuff. Luna, Lisa Yamada, is on the rise. So she's building her fan base. Okay. So are you going to stick with somebody who's been there 10 years at least? Or are you going to stick with a newcomer who can make a name for herself, as the evil whatever? But then again, would you really want to save somebody that bad? Because unless you plan on doing the thing where she is just a chip off the block as a thing of her grandmother, then okay. But usually, bad characters don't make it that long. I could go into a whole thing where it's like all these bad characters throughout different shows don't make it that long because you either piss off so many people or you unalive so many people, and the people you unalive are connected to everybody. So therein lies the everybody hates you at some point. So which way are they gonna go? No idea. But the good news is, whichever way they go, I think they made the right decision because I mean, I look at it like this. I want them to I don't know. Okay, I'm thinking about this on the fly, so it might take a minute. Okay. In theory, I want them to save Liam because I wanted him to get a good send off. And if they unalive him now, it makes no sense. But I don't want them to do anything with Luna either because, like I just said, she's on the rise. So she could become a great, like, a super whatever with a lot of fans who are like a beloved character who is, got a lot of fans. So I don't know. But then again, Scott Clifton could be in talks with his contract, so that can be the deciding factor here. And honestly, I think he wants to go, not because he wants to go, but because he wants to see what else he can do. And you have to put into perspective also, he's been on the stuff at least 10 years, maybe more than that. And that's a long time. And he's still relatively young, like 40, I think. I think he said somewhere he was 40. Okay, so that means he could have another chapter and do something else. Not that he doesn't love the role of Liam, I'm sure. I'm just saying he could, try something else. So those are my thoughts on that. Yeah, I covered that all. All right. Bye, everybody.